Yo, what's up, students? It's Devlin Cassidy, aka the Scholar, coming back at you guys today with the first V Premium deck profile on the channel, but a great one and a great one of what I think currently right now, given the current meta of Maidens of the format, is the third best deck after Maidens and Luard, being Leopald and all the amazing friends that are in this deck. You guys may be asking why the glasses. I just got done with finals and staring at a computer screen for upon hours, because computer programming light, but just being able to complete all the other tasks and such. My brain is currently trying to figure out its vision, but it's all good because I'm going to reward myself after a fantastic semester and a fantastic start to giving content to y'all, a V Premium deck profile. So without further ado, let's get right on into it.
Wait. Before we get into today's video, I need to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Kingslayer Cards. Go check out their website, which will be in the link in the description down below. And they provide all your TCG needs, especially for Cardfight Vanguard. And check out for the upcoming events that they'll be hosting throughout their schedule. Hope to see you guys at some of them.
So we're gonna be playing V starter. I don't know, you're not playing a legal deck, you're not playing one of those starters, but we play Pants Boy because max rarity. Speaking of max rarity though, we play 4 copies of Leopald Reverse. This card is the new all-star for Great Natures. So his axe skill is gonna give everything you mill. This top axe skill is you have to lock a card with Leopald in its card name, but it's gonna give every card you mill for the rest of the turn the order, trigger, and normal unit type, and this actually applies for the turn even while they're in drop zone, which gets to another card later. But his axe skill is counterblast 1. You discard the top card of your deck and you perform all the following based on the card type. So if you activated his first axe skill, you're going to be able to activate all of these. So his normal unit skill is you're going to be able to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you check top 5, and you're going to be able to call 2. And his trigger unit effect is he's going to get a continuous that gives all of your front row units get 5k, and he's going to get a crit, so he's going to be able to build additional pressure for you. And then his order effect is you get an imaginary gift excel, so he's able to actually make your board go wider, which is something that I feel like Great Nature really needed inside of a non-Hamsuke deck, because I feel Hamsuke, even though WoW really good, and that you can play Culture Gorilla as a glass cannon and other stuff, I just like the hand size that this deck's able to generate and the pressure it's able to generate, and doesn't feel so much as glass cannon if you miss the fronts or the triggers. This is why I'm preferring Leopald right now, but Leopald Reverse was an amazing addition to Great Nature and V Premium, and I'm so excited to play him because, oh my goodness, this guy looks awesome. Then we are going on to regular Leopald. I don't know. I really like his art and stuff, but he's not the best to ride. He's more in here just to be a name. I know a lot of lists play 3, but I'm really paranoid. I want to be able to always be able to activate to the best of my abilities Leopald Reverse's axe skill. You really want to avoid riding into him, but for those that don't know what Leopald does regular, is when he's placed, you put the top card of your deck into the drop zone, and then if that card was a normal unit, you are able to check the top 4 and call 2 grade 2 or lesses, and then if it's a trigger unit, he gets 15k in a crit. If you have a grade 3 install, they activate twice, but more likely than not, you're just having this to be either a pitch fodder or be able to be a target for Leopald Reverse's name requirement, so that way you're able to get all the effects of Leopald Reverse. You really want to avoid riding regular Leopald. But one of my new favorite additions, especially to V Premium, is 3 of the Tester Fox. So his skill is on Vanguard or Reared. When placed, you counterblast 1, you put 2 cards from your drop zone at the bottom of your deck, right? He gets 5k, and then if each one was a normal unit and a trigger unit, you're able to search your deck for up to 1 Illusion Scientist Researcher Fox and call it to rearguard. So you're able to find the grade 2. The really cool thing about this is that the ruling of Leopald Reverse is that these effects that they mill, if you activate the axe skill, last for the rest of the turn. So the 2 cards you mill are a normal unit, a trigger unit, and an order. So if you mill 2 triggers, you're able to actually fulfill the conditions of sending both card types back. So you're still able to search the Researcher Fox. which is absolutely awesome and like so crucial for this deck. So I'm really glad that this was how it was ruled and everything, because this is awesome. So definitely really cool that Tester Fox is able to do this. But its other cool thing is Soul Blast 1, you give a unit 10k, and then you retired at the end of the turn. But if the retired unit was Researcher Fox, you get to draw a card, which helps work in tandem with Researcher Fox skill, and we'll get to that when we get to the card. We're playing 4 copies of Bluster Parquet. So again, consistency, grade 3s, grade 3s, grade 3s. You play a lot of them, but you're trying to hit specific ones. So this just helps you and boost your deck consistency. It's CB1, check top 7, add a grade 3, it gets 3k, and then if it's on rearguard, it pops itself at the end of the turn. So nothing you can really ask for more. It's just a free check top 7 searcher with no back cost of having to discard a card. It's really, really nice. And is able to find your Heal Guardians and stuff too, to help you live like early, to help you not get high rolled. So even more plus to that card. 4 copies of Binoculus Tiger. I really like the fact that Leopald was able to now, with Leopald Reverse, was able to pick and choose the effectiveness of these older lottery cards. So with how Leopald's worded, it's worded differently than Isabel. You don't perform both, but you get to choose one or the other. Once that effect is milled, Leopald is the only one that resolves all of its effects because of its wording of its card choice. But when Binoculus Tiger attacks a Vanguard, you can counterblast 1, you mill the top card of your deck. If the card is a normal unit, you're able to draw a card, but if it's a trigger unit, you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards and give 3 of your front row units 5k. So I really just like the versatility that Leopald Reverse adds to the deck, because maybe you need to draw more cards because you know you're not going to get a push kill turn, or you know you're able to get a push kill turn, so you're able to actually blow up one of your opponent's board, which is actually really crucial in the Steam Maidens matchup, like being able to pop their rear guards they hate. So it's just really important for you to keep that in mind, especially when in the Steam Maidens matchup. But being able to draw cards is just far more advantage, or pick and choose when to output aggro is just so important. And then 2 Geograph Giant. I wanted an impactful beater to find off my top 5 checks. So I think that this card's the best. When it's on an additional rearguard circle, it has a continuous skill where it gets 8k, so it's actually 17k body on an Oxel circle, which is really important because it's a 22 offensively, which helps you push numbers against Oxel and Protect decks, which even though we're not in a heavy meta of them right now, because I think your most 3 popular contenders are actually Astral Poets. Well, of course, Maidens, Astral Poets, and Luard for your Force clans that are going to be most played, which kind of knocks down the contention of other people either playing Leopald or, they'll maybe on Night Rose or Gurgit. But again, he still makes awesome numbers, and it's just a free beater, so you can't really ask for anything else in Great Nature. And then 2 Researcher Fox to go in tandem with our Tester Fox. So this card has a really cool skill where every time a card is milled from the top of your deck, you get she gets 5k. It's like absolutely sweet. And then you are able to, when this card's retired by your card ability, you can counterblast 1 and search up for 1 copy of the same card name that's on your Vanguard circle from your deck and add it to hand. So this actually helps that if you're playing against a retire focus thing where they're going to try to pop your Leopald, that's kind of either most of the time not sitting behind your Vanguard, you're going to be able to actually search for another copy of Reverse to maybe resolve with the Reverse skill for the Act. So even though it can guarantee you a rewrite and such, it can actually be really impactful in matchups where they actually are going to try to blow up your Leopald every turn to prevent you from access, to have that additional go wide factor of being able to get more advantage from the deck and just being able to thin out the deck and just have it chock full of triggers with Tester Fox, which is just absolutely insane. But Researcher Fox does have its merits, and I think it's a really good 2-up for the deck, because it's not bad if you just draw, because you're still going to be discarding cards on the top of your deck, so it just gets incrementally bigger. For Mini Belly, again, consistency. Also is a 13k booster, or you can call it to an Oxel circle and have it be an 18k beat stick, which is good against Force clans. You just want magic numbers. Again, magic numbers are actually really important right now in V Premium, as well as just a general Vanguard tip. But I just cannot stress again how important just magic numbers are. But Mini Belly, of course, is just a check top 5 at any grade 3, and then if it's a card on an additional rearguard, he gets 5k. So he's again just really free because Leopald makes more and is able to call more cards. So it's just absolutely fantastic. 4 inflated lemur. So this card's really neat because you're actually able to get like pick and choose your resources of what you need. Either maybe you need a counter charge or a soul charge, you know, be able to pump cards with Tester Fox or something like that. But again, this card's just really awesome. Again, I really like the layer of versatility that Leopald Reverse is added to this Clan Inside V, and so it's definitely really important. So, but his skill is a normal unit, it's soul charge 1, trigger unit, it's a counter charge, and you're just able to pick and choose once you have the Leopald first act skill resolved. But to kind of help facilitate that, because you kind of lose out of your resource manager once he's placed, he's used up, we have Scale Toucan to get him back and add to hand. But the other cool thing about Scale Toucan is it becomes either a 13k booster, or again, if you call it to the front row, it can be an 18k beater once a card's discarded from the top of your deck. So again, just a lot of different ways, you know, to hit magic numbers inside Great Nature depending on the matchups you're facing. And he's just really strong. I just really enjoy the fact that even though you are spending a Soul Blast, which eventually gets limited inside Great Nature, especially in V, just being able to bounce cards and reuse the on-play skills to get more counterblast if you're trying to go for a really big push turn. I think that's how you have to do it. So definitely very cool that Scale Toucan is able to do that and help facilitate more. Then for onto the triggers, forefront, 4 crit. I kind of like this rainbow aspect. Either you're able to get your whether your opponent has to respect the front row, or they have to respect, you know, another unit. So most of the time they're always going to guard the Leopald, because the Leopald is going to have the additional crit. But being able to actually give another crit to another unit that may be even bigger than the Leopald is something they still have to respect. So that's why I really like this rainbow lineup, because it's not so much as that if you hit the front, you're just getting your columns like way bigger, so your opponent has to like spend more guard value. I think the fact that the more they have to more respect the unit, because sometimes it may be large enough where, oh wow, like I actually have to PG this, so I have to rip 2 cards out of hand, which means they have to discard a combo piece or something like that. It's just really important. So that's why I kind of like this hodgepodge of triggers. It's just kind of really important. But definitely I can see myself like either going 6 front or 6 crit or something like that in the near future. But for now, I just really enjoy the rainbow lineup. And then for draw PG, people were trying to make arguments for like maybe you need the crit sentinel just because of the steamated matchup, because, you know, once they bind the middle gear Colossus or whatever it's called, piano guy, like being forced to battle doors, so that when like every like big column like is a PG, so it's like you rip 3 from hand. As much as that's a very valid argument, because more of the times than not you're going to be playing against maidens once you begin to go to these BCS tournaments, just because you're really behind in the venue actually if you're not playing against if you're not playing Steam Maidens. But just Leopald again, I just feels a really strong pick to go and just counter the meta. But if other people play Rogue, you needed PGs like Astropotes again. You have to respect the Valk. You have to respect the Vanguard Uranus. You like against Night Rose, you have to respect the Skull Dragons. The Skull Dragons can get really big. I don't know. I just think against other Rogue matchups, you don't want to have your deck just be specifically built for the meta deck, even though it is a tier 0 format. But you also don't want to be like caught off guard by Rogue. Plus, these are really good defensive triggers versus what a crit does, because this is able to get more cards to your hand. So I just think draw PGs are the wave right now. But if you really want to go with the crit sentinels, like you can go like a 2-2 split. I definitely could see the argument for that. But as it stands right now, I really like the draw PGs way more. And then for Heal Guardian, because we love living. This was originally 3 and 1 of the dictionary go, like just the regular V heal. But the more I thought about it, the more testing I did, I just really think that you need the 4 Heal Guardian. You don't want to get high rolled and just be put so far behind because you were pushed way too early because your opponent went first. That, you know, you just get out advantaged. Again, like Vanquisher can stomp this deck out of nowhere. That deck's actually really strong. People still have to respect Vanquisher, even though like the deck's now 2 years old. It still does the same thing. It's able to actually do even more now because of full Bronto and other stuff, and just, you know, even though it's the same line of play from Divine Lightning Radiance, it's just insane how consistent that deck is because of the Chain Bolt Dragoons and all the other stuff. It's just, again, you don't want to be aggroed out and just push too far and fall behind in a game state because you decided to play just regular heals. I still think these are very good merit when you lose the die roll and forced to go second. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. And of course, always go Excel too, because this is the marker that gets right with you. But thank you guys again so much for watching and making, you know, my content creation journey a lot of fun. I was not expecting to do as well as I did and be well received as I have. You guys have been providing me amazing feedback, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. I'm definitely gonna try to get some videos pre-recorded for y'all, so that way I can upload them intermittently as I, you know, take time to spend Christmas with family and friends. But we'll definitely maybe be able to shoot some Vanguard content if I see the right people when I take my trip down to Florida. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that awesome stuff. I love y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time, folks, take care.
Invisible.